Our sign language interpreter is Brian Muraru, and remember, would love to hear from you. You can send us your messages on our social media pages and let us know some of the stories you would like us to cover for you. That is KBC Channel 1 on Twitter, Facebook, and also Instagram. Now, President William Ruto has called for the need to enhance peace and security infrastructure in Africa in order to create a conducive environment for other sectors. The president was speaking during a high-level meeting of the World Without Hunger Conference in Addis Ababa, where former Prime Minister Raila Odinga drummed up support for the Africa Union Commission chairmanship where he called for unity.
Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. During the World Without Hunger Conference, President William Ruto emphasized the need to ensure peace and security in Africa.
Our peace and security infrastructure requires a rethink. We cannot continue the way we are continuing. I think the days of, the 20,000 AU peacekeeping force are slowly fading away, and we need, as Africa, to begin to take charge of our peace support mechanisms in our continent. There is certainly a very big case for us to make in reorganizing the AU Peace and Security Council, including the Peace Fund.
Citing his visit to Juba in strife on South Sudan, Ruto lauded progress in resumption of peace talks between the warring factions.
Yesterday, I was in Juba to encourage our brothers in that country when they gave me an assignment to get the opposition to work with the government. I was very happy that we had a breakthrough yesterday. We are concluding the mediation there. Next week, we have the civilian groups meeting in Nairobi from our neighbors in Sudan to see what they can do about their country. Last week, we were in Bujumbura at a COMESA meeting to discuss how, whether as we do trade, how do we manage the issues in the Great Lakes region.
Also in attendance was former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who, while rallying support for his bid as Africa Union Commission chairperson, called for the implementation of resolutions on peace and security.
And all the times there are two things that all the times at play: sovereignty and unity. In my view, those two things should not be competing. They are complementary.
He further emphasized the importance of unity in the continent.
In the next 20 more years, 1/3 of the population is going to be living on this continent. And Africa is the richest continent on the planet Earth in terms of resources. The paradox is the richest is also the poorest in terms of living conditions of its people.
Sarafina Robi for Prime Edition.